Hey everybody, welcome to math. You guys did a great job with making the glyphs and sorting the glyphs. Thumbs up to you. Today what we're going to do is we are going to learn how to use a number rack to solve addition and subtraction problems. On my screen right now, you see a number rack. I want you to stop and think, what do you notice about this number rack? Stop the video and think about it. Some people might notice that there's two colors. There's red and there's white. What else do you notice about the number rack? You might have noticed that there are 10 beads on each rack. You might have noticed that on each rack of the 10 beads, 5 are red and 5 are white. Just for reference, this is what it looks like in person, and you can slide the beads back and forth. We have to obviously use the digital tool for the number rack. Now I'm going to move the beads and I'm going to have you think about what you notice. So I have moved 8 beads on the top row over and I've moved 7 beads on the bottom row over. You kind of have to ignore the extras over here. So we are going to use these to solve the problem 8 plus 7. So if there's 8 beads on the top row and 7 beads on the bottom row, how could you use the number rack to solve this question? I want you to stop the video and think about it. How could you use the number rack to solve the question 8 plus 7? So one idea that has been shared has been to scooch the white beads away from the red beads. Now I have 5 red beads up here and 5 red beads up here, which would equal 10. That's called making a friendly number. Now I can easily add in my extras. 10 and 3 more, 10, 1, 2, 3 would be 13. And 2 more than that would be 15. So that's one strategy. Did anybody else come up with a different way to solve this? Another idea that has been shared was to exchange beads. So what I mean by that is some people have noticed that there's 2 white beads on the bottom and there's 2 white beads left over on the top. So they exchange them. They push these ones over there and move these ones over here. What that does now is that gives us 10 on the top, and again, a 10 is a friendly number, an easier number to add to, and 5 on the bottom. 10 plus 5, most of us can snap that out in our head, is 15. So 8 plus 7 is 15, and those are just 2 different ways to use the number rack to solve that. Ready for another one? If you need to take a stretch because your brain isn't focused, now it's time to do it, please. For this one, I'm going to do 5 plus 6. So I want to know how I can use a number rack to solve the problem 5 plus, not 8 plus 6, 5 plus 6. I want you to pause the video and think of some different ways you could use a number rack. Even if you think you can do it in your head, I want you to see if you could find a way to use the number rack. One way to solve it would be to separate the whites and the reds. So I put the white over here, and I know that I have 5 reds and 5 reds, which equals 10, and 10 plus 1 equals 11. So 5 plus 6 equals 11. Ready for the next one? Drum roll, please. The next one's going to be 4 plus 5. We're going to add 4 plus 5. How could you use the number rack to solve 4 plus 5? Go ahead and pause the video and think about it. One way to do it would be to take this red and scooch out just a little bit. And now you have your double stacks. You have 4 and 4. And 4 plus 4 equals 8. And then 8 plus 1 equals 9. You didn't have to solve it this way. It's just one strategy. You might have better ways in your brain. I just can't hear them right now because I'm recording this yesterday. All right, let's do another one, maybe like a little bit trickier. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's do 6 plus 8. How could you use the number rack to solve the problem 6 plus 8? I want you to pause the video and think about it. Okay, one strategy would be to separate the reds and the whites. So I have 5 plus 5 equals 10, and 1 plus 3 equals 4. 10 plus 4 equals 14. Another way might be to make 10 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, by adding 2 and taking away 2 from the top. Now I know that I have 10 on the bottom plus 4 also equals 14. Kind of getting the hang of it? Well, I hope so, because your lesson, for your activity today, you are going to be solving some problems using this number rack. Then your final activity will be an exit slip where you have to explain how you use the number rack to solve an addition question.